purpose of today's program is to introduce you, key leaders in our community, to the new Visit Carrboro resources. Before we start the program, some housekeeping. First, we have staff from the Chamber helping us with today's logistics. Vanessa Watson and Jensen Anderson are managing the Zoom technology and the chat feature. Throughout the program, your line will be muted, but you will be able to share feedback and questions in the chat, which you can access at the bottom of your screen. Please keep the chat clean, folks. Vanessa and Jensen, they're Zoom ninjas and they're watching, and they're good at kicking people out of meetings. All right, let's get started. Visit Carrboro, as I mentioned, is an initiative of the Carrboro Tourism Development Authority, which is a public authority enabled through state legislation in 2001 and established by the Carrboro Town Council in 2012 to promote travel and tourism in the town of Carrboro. The travel and tourism related expenditures of the CTDA are funded through the proceeds of a 3% occupancy tax. CTDA members are volunteer leaders from the Carrboro hospitality industry who are appointed to term limited spots on the board by the Carrboro Town Council. The CTDA is chaired by Donald Strickland, who is the area general manager of Atma Hotel Group, which owns and operates the Hampton Inn and Suites in downtown Carrboro. Donald will present this morning, and he's joined by his fellow CTDA member, Dan Mayer. Dan is the executive director of the Arts Center. Donald and Dan, the floor is yours, and I'd like to ask Jensen or Vanessa to go ahead and share their presentation.
All right, thank you, Katie, and hello, everyone. Let's just get my screen here. All right, thank you. I'm here at the award-winning Hampton Inn and Suites, Chapel Hill, Carrboro downtown. I'm here in our Dean Smith meeting room where we're open to host events and meetings and whatever needs that you may have. We're also open for our guest rooms. Pool is open, and we're happy to have all you guys come by and stop by. We're right in the heart of downtown Carrboro, so excited to be here today. I would like to, on behalf of the Carrboro Tourism Development Authority, the TDA, I want to thank you all for tuning in and joining us today for this very special Visit Carrboro Launch Event. We are excited to share with you the new Visit Carrboro resources, including this new dynamic website, beautiful photography, some cool new videos, and of course the social media hashtag that we want all of you to use, hashtag Visit Carrboro. Carrboro is such a wonderful place. It is a joy to serve as a volunteer on the TDA and help bring Carrboro brand to life with prospective tourists. Our goal with the TDA is to promote more travel and tourism in the town of Carrboro. These new resources and the suite of assets that we have are just the start of an ongoing marketing effort to reach more visitors from communities outside of Carrboro and draw them here for some feel-free shopping, dining, and overnight experiences. So you might be wondering how COVID factored into all of this. Well, we started this well before COVID was a thing. We started before the global pandemic happened, and we kind of changed as COVID. We learned more about COVID and what it did to our world. We really believe that Visit Carrboro is more important now than it ever has been before, and really for two reasons. The first reason being our businesses need Carrboro. They need Visit Carrboro, and they need tourists to come and be in our town. Travel and tourism revenues are down significantly. Many of the local businesses that we all know and love are struggling. And it's really sad to see that. And as you go down our main street here, they need more customers, and tourists are a key market for us. The second reason is, as a nation, we've learned that you can shop and dine safely as long as you follow the 3 W's, which we all know is wear a mask, wait 6 feet apart, and also wash your hands. That's a big one. Our businesses are showing us how it's done with their strong practices of sanitation and their COVID conscious mindset. The TDA wants to promote these practices and encourage any tourist or visitor that comes to the town to practice these as well and follow the guidance that the town has in place. So as we've developed Visit Carrboro, we went through phases. Those were strategy, substance, and style. First, we'll talk about strategy. We needed to know our audience, who are our visitors, and how do we best target those visitors. Thankfully, the Chapel Hill Orange County Visitors Bureau has some great data. Thank you guys for that. The county, we learned from that information that 2/3 of our visitors come to Orange County for university-related reasons like sports, medical, business meetings, continued education. They primarily come from Charlotte and other UNC affinity campuses. And secondarily, they come throughout the Mid-Atlantic from DC to Atlanta. We learned that our visitors love our food, music, walkability. They love our history, our great climate that goes up and down, and our overall relaxing vibe. Chapel Hill is their primary port of entry, and we believe we can convince these folks to make a weekend of it here in Carrboro. Our visitors just want a nice escape from their routines like we all do. We can deliver that in Carrboro. We have a lot of unique experiences. Carrboro, and I can say this for certain, is unlike any other place, and that's what they want. They want a new and unique experience, and we can definitely give them that here in Carrboro. So based on these findings, our strategy is to focus on the primary audience, which we determined to be overnight guests. Secondary audience is going to be day trippers, and then we have a tertiary audience, which is locals, those who want to be a tourist in their own town. I'm one of those. People entertaining out-of-town guests, and even folks who just want to do a staycation, which has become wildly popular lately. Once we knew our visitors, then we drilled down on substance. Who is Carrboro? What is our value proposition and how do we tell it? In other words, what's our story that we want to get across? Happily, Carrboro already had an excellent narrative developed by the Splinter Group just a few years ago. And that goes like this. You couldn't make this place up. Carrboro isn't just a town, it's a feeling. You'll know what we mean when you get here. There's an openness and optimism that encourages creativity and freedom of expression. It's a place where more is possible and the uncommon is common. Visit Carrboro and feel free to unwind, dream, follow your heart, create, taste, play, shop, and just be yourself. We made sure that everything that we produce pulled through this narrative and really painted a picture of what it feels like to be in Carrboro, where all are welcome. So now we get to the fun stuff, the style. I'll hand it over to my fellow volunteer, Dan Mayer, to share the new assets and how they bring the Carrboro brand to life. Dan?
Thanks, Donald. And I'm coming to you live from the Wynn Theater here at the Art Center. We hope to welcome guests back, and our doors are open for a lot of programs, both virtually and here at the Art Center. So I'm delighted to continue this presentation and get to the fun part, creating a new website with really moving photography and videos. First, the new website built by Carrboro Creative. As you see the homepage here on the screen, we have a clean and simple navigation bar across the top that makes it easy for visitors to navigate our site. They can find information about Carrboro, how to explore our town with links to maps and tours, sample itineraries, and information on events. As visitors scroll down the screen, they see the Carrboro narrative that Donald mentioned. Then a map that shows Carrboro in the center of it all with distances from nearby locations. After the map, you see 5 itineraries. I'll say more about these itineraries in just a bit. Further down the homepage, they see one of the 2 new videos produced for this website, courtesy of I-40 Films. The videos have a terrific voiceover by local entrepreneur Daryl Wall. These videos are really energizing with music and graphics that draw you to Carrboro. And then a beautiful gallery of photos that we will continue to grow. These photos are compliments of David Jessee and Tom Simon. You can see that we have 3 galleries. The first gallery, it's Carrboro Feel Safe, features photos by David Jessee that show visitors that they can have a safe and fun experience in Carrboro at this time. The second gallery, it's Carrboro Feel Free, features photos that show our visitors what it's like to be in Carrboro in normal times, normal in quotes. And finally, the third gallery, You Can't Make This Place Up, shows what it's like to live like a local here in Carrboro. Back to the top and work across the navigation, you can see a drop-down menu under Explore. This takes you to a geo-pinned Google map featuring all the businesses in Carrboro. The nice thing about this map is that any business not listed can easily create a Google listing and they will be automatically appear on the map, and our website provides information on how businesses can create and update their dynamic listing. One of the best aspects of this new website are the itineraries. We feature 5 itineraries targeting the COVID-conscious traveler, the foodie and beer lover, the self-care guru, the artist and musician, and the outdoor adventurer. All 5 itineraries show travelers a full and exciting weekend from Friday afternoon through Sunday evening, and each shares uniquely Carrboro opportunities. We share many of these well-known things for tourists to do in Carrboro, like walking through the Carrboro Farmers Market, enjoying a buttermilk biscuit from Neil's Deli, and going to a show at Cat's Cradle or the Art Center, obviously when it's open. We also share other very special things to do that are a bit off the beaten path, like savoring a mouth-watering Mexican baked good from the Panderia in Carrboro Plaza, enjoying a deep, relaxing salt soak at Areté, taking a trail ride that culminates with a craft beer at one of our local breweries, healing your body, mind, and heart with some tea from Oasis Cafe in Carmill Mall, enrolling in a cooking class at Cécibon Cooking School, a jewelry making class at James Carter Studio, or of course, any number of many courses available at the Art Center. The list goes on and on with uniquely Carrboro things to do. And this we heard loud and clear that we should feature local businesses and highlight those unique opportunities available here in Carrboro. Some of these opportunities obviously are not available given the pandemic, so we also have Carrboro Cares, an itinerary for the COVID-conscious traveler at this time. As you'll see, we put a lot of heart, thought, and time into Visit Carrboro. And I'm delighted to say that Carrboro Creative elements were designed and coordinated by local organizations, project management by the Carrboro Business Alliance with collaboration from the Town of Carrboro, website design by Carrboro Creative, photography by David Jessee and Tom Simon, videos by I-40 Films, original logo design by the Splinter Group, merchandise coordinated by the Merch, historical consultation with Richard Ellington, and historical photos from the Watts collection. This was truly a collaboration, and we thank them all. At this point, we've discussed the Visit Carrboro strategy and our primary audience. We've shared the Visit Carrboro substance of our brand story and showed Visit Carrboro style at our new Visit Carrboro resources. So what's next for Visit Carrboro? Well, today we are sharing these resources with you, key leaders in our community, and we hope you will help us get the word out. keep using our hashtag Visit Carrboro. Tomorrow, we will visit Carrboro live on the air at WCHL The Hill. Tune in at 3:15 p.m. On Saturday, we will host a booth at the Carrboro Farmers Market and distribute Visit Carrboro promotional materials, including branded bags, face coverings, and stickers. And also acknowledging the merch, which help us coordinate the swag. Thank you. We hope you'll be able to stop by the farmers market on Saturday morning and say hi and grab some complimentary swag. In closing, these new Visit Carrboro resources are essential and fundamental pieces of a larger, long-term marketing effort to increase travel and tourism in the town of Carrboro. We hope you will take some time to click through the website and explore, check out these new resources, and help us spread the word often with the hashtag Visit Carrboro. Thank you.
Thank you, Donald and Dan. Well done. Well, now you all have heard about Visit Carrboro. You've seen the new site. You've seen the photos and heard about the videos. So let's get some reactions. First up, we have a panel of local leaders, including the Mayor of Carrboro, Lydia Lavelle, the Executive Director of the Chapel Hill Orange County Visitors Bureau, Laurie Paolicelli, and the Town of Hillsborough Economic Development Planner and lead for their Visit Hillsborough website, Shannan Campbell. Ladies, we're interested in hearing your reaction to Visit Carrboro and your take on why tourism resources like this are important. Would you each take 2 or 3 minutes to share your perspective? Let's start with the Mayor.
Thank you, Katie. And first I'd like to say hello, everyone. It's great to see so many friends and so many Carrboro folks out there. I see a couple of council members. I saw Randy Haven O'Donnell, Damon Siles, Susan Romaine. If I missed anyone else, just put your name in the chat. But man, I'm hungry too. That made me, that was really an awesome kind of display of a lot of what we have in Carrboro. And I have checked out the site thoroughly this morning. And I want to share with you a couple of things about it I really, really did like. First of all, I love that our local businesses were such an integral part of putting this together. Secondly, I really liked the part of the site that touches on Carrboro's history and values, because I think that's really, really obviously important to our community. So I encourage everyone to check that out. I am a outdoor person and I love to get exercise. So I loved the links to the trails and greenways and parks, because I think that's what people are looking for now, good, safe activity outside around eating and drinking and all the other fun things. Also, I loved the, Dawn, I want to tell you, I already had written down here, award-winning hotel. So I love the emphasis on our hotel and, you know, historically just very, very popular and really an integral part of our community. So really excited to have that spotlighted there. A couple of other just quick points. You know, I sit on the Visitors Bureau with Laurie Paolicelli, who we're going to hear from next. And we talked about this tension between how can we be safe, but also encourage people to come to our town and spend money. You know, come here, go eat, drink, spend money, and then go home, buy something, because that's the easiest way for us to make money as a town. You know, we don't have to build infrastructure. We don't have to, you know, find spots in our schools and so on. So we really like to lift up, especially these day trippers, these people from nearby that can come and spend a weekend with us. And so on our Visitors Bureau, it seemed kind of odd. It seems kind of odd to be in the middle of when we're telling people to be safe and be safe at home or to not do much, to encourage people to get out and about, but yet that's what we have to do. We have to do that for our community and our businesses. Now, we also have to do it to have it in place so that once we have that vaccine and once we get back to normal, as Dan said, that we do have people, you know, we have people remembering this and seeing this and wanting to come back here and spend their money in our town. I know that our town council is so concerned about our businesses and how they're trying to get through this pandemic. As you know, we've tried to do a lot of emergency funds. We've tried to expand our ordinances so that businesses can have seating outside and have signage however they want and those kind of things. And so I think that the launch and push of this site it can do things. It can do two things. It can hopefully help us right now, help people get excited about coming to Carrboro because people are getting a little stir crazy, and also help us, as we continue on here in the future. And so one final note I just want to say is I want to apologize that I'm going to have to jump off in a few minutes because I teach a class at 1 o'clock, but I'm going to stick around for as long as I can. Again, thank you to the TDA. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dan. Thank you to all of our local businesses for everything you're doing. This is awesome.
Thank you, Mayor. That's wonderful. Laurie, you're a leader in tourism and have so much insight into our visitors. What's your take?
Hey, it's good to see everyone. Thank you. Every time I'm around this group, I just smile. It's a creative, fun, and high-producing group. So thanks for having me. My first thoughts as you were all talking was about how far we've come as a community and that tourism is celebrated. And I feel so much pride at that. When I first moved here 15 years ago, we would get like some nasty mail from people saying, we read that you're trying to promote tourism and you're just going to ruin our community. And there's such a change now, such a change of heart. We miss that energy now with COVID. We miss seeing all those tourists. We miss the groups and the conferences and the glasses clanking and the people hugging. And so I thank you all so much for your work to try to bring that industry back. Carrboro is a very special place. I mean, Carrboro it's a cool place. I don't know, was it Ron Stutz used to say 3 degrees cooler in Carrboro? I don't know, there's something about that. I mean, the mill houses and the historic preservation efforts that our council there has made and allying preservation and growth, my hat is really off to everyone there. Some of my greatest friends are in Carrboro, from Dan and Scott, who taught me how to drink coffee in the Panama Canal, to just the wonderful businesses. I opened up the media. We have a great team who focuses on trying to spread the word about what you're doing in Carrboro. And this morning I was just reading about Richard Boyd, who actually has a company in Carrboro that has consulted with Tom Clancy and Disney all about artificial intelligence. And when you open the national news and the local news and the regional news and you see Carrboro, it means something. I mean, Carrboro is an incredibly popular and thriving place with our tech and creative crowd, with our businesses, with just the level of talent. I thank you all. I look forward to building and turning the spotlight on everything that Carrboro is doing. I'm thrilled that you have such a diverse and passionate group. And we're just a few blocks down the road. We have a great team. I believe they're on here today, Marlene and Patty and Tina and Susan. And we're here to be your partners and friends. So thank you. I am the mom of a Carrboro Jaguar. And so go Jags. And thank you so much. Great job to all. Really a prideful day.
Oh, thank you, Laurie. Shannan, you know how much we love the Visit Hillsborough website. It really inspired us. We'd love to hear any thoughts you have on the new Visit Carrboro resources and why this work matters.
Sure, I love it. It looks so good. I'm so excited. Now I got a little sneak peek while it was still in process, so a little cheat there. So I kind of already knew what it was going to look like. But yeah, I mean, I think this is great for Carrboro. Hillsborough had a website for some time. I came on in 2015, and one of my main objectives there was just to update it, get a fresh look, get it so that so you can look at it on your cell phone, because that's important, especially for visitors in this day and age. We're not relying as heavily on our visitor centers and on our paper materials. So this is fantastic. I just moved from Hillsborough down closer to Carrboro, so I will be a Carrboro tourist. So I will be using the website in more ways than one. I really love the history section and how you all did the timeline. I thought that was really interesting to break it out from a paragraph to a timeline. I think that really tells the Carrboro story. And really love the taglines. I like that you guys are going with the feel safe and the Carrboro cares. I think that's very clever. When we are marketing to people who are worried about COVID right now, I think that just instilling that sense of safety and that comfort, and that it's okay to come out and visit with us as long as you're engaging safely. I think that that's an important message. You know, I was really excited to collaborate on this. I think that you guys did just an amazing job. I'm so glad you were able to get the local businesses involved. I think that's really important, especially when you're trying to tell the story of a place. And now we can all link up with, we can link back to you all. I saw that you had linked Visit Hillsborough. So now we're telling, I feel like, a more comprehensive story of Orange County, because Orange County, Hillsborough, Carrboro, and Chapel Hill, we all are unique places with our own stories and our own kind of things to do and stories to tell. So thank you so much for including me on this project, and I look forward to using the website for many years to come.
Thanks, Shannon. That's great. Well, thank you, Mayor, Laurie, and Shannon. I want to hear from some local business owners and managers, because their perspective also on this resource is really important to us. So we have a few here today. We have Jen Ellis of Areté Float Tank and Personal Optimization Studio, Maggie Funkhauser from the Carrboro Farmers Market, Chris Baldwin of 401 Main, and Scott Connery of Open Eye Cafe and Carrboro Coffee Roasters. So Jen, Maggie, Chris, and Scott, we're interested in hearing your 2-minute take on Visit Carrboro and why tourism matters to you and your business. Jen, let's start with you. And perhaps you could share just a bit also about your business, because it might be new to some people.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you guys hear me? Am I muted? I'm muted. Good. Okay. So just in a nutshell, Areté is a wellness studio. We offer sensory deprivation or flotation therapy, which is really unique in the area. There are only about a dozen float centers in North Carolina currently. So that really helps our business tie into the tourism. When I first opened pre-COVID, almost half of my visitors have been from out of Chapel Hill, Carrboro, Orange County. They'd come from Wake County, Durham County, and even further. And obviously since COVID, it's all kind of dropped off, as I'm sure everyone, we're all gonna have a very similar story there. But I think Areté has been really great, and I'm so excited about this website because it's been Areté's little hub for the people who come from out of town, because they're here for an hour and a half, 2 hours for a therapy, and then are hungry. And it's like, well, we've got tons of incredible places for you to go eat and drink and go play, because we also have a lot of athletes come, whether it's for mountain bike riding or because we have great trails. I'm a mountain bike rider too, so I love that that was on the website. So it's going to be an incredible resource for my customers who are just looking to make day trips out of coming to the studio to float or even sauna or whatever it may be. And even more so now with just the state of the world, everyone's really stressed out and self-care is so important. So having a resource where people can go and know it's not just Areté that's safe, the whole county at this point is doing everything we can to make sure you're comfortable coming here, because we want you here. We don't want you to be scared to come to our shops and come to our studios and come to our restaurants. We want you here. We miss you. So I'm really excited to link your website to my website, put it in my newsletters, share it on my social media, and just start moving forward, because that's really what we have to do. And I think Carrboro in particular, I live in Carrboro, I'm from Carrboro, so this is really nice for me to be a part of this also. We're doing a great job. Everybody's banding together really well, and like you all said earlier, supporting each other in every way we can. So I think this website's great. I'm super excited about it. It's beautiful. I don't really know how it could have been any better.
Oh, thank you, Jen. And I can't wait to take a salt soak.
Yeah, everybody needs to come soak.
Wonderful. Maggie, with the quintessential Carrboro Farmers Market, we'd love to hear your take on it. You're such an important member of our community. Maggie?
Hi, thanks, Katie. Hi, everyone. I think I'm one of the newer faces here. I actually just started my position in February, so I'm still learning some ordinary and extraordinary things about my job. But this website is really exciting. I also am a huge fan of Carrboro, both as the manager of the farmers market, but also as a resident. In going through the website, I was like, looking through some things and like, oh, that sounds like fun. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. So maybe I'm like a staycation person type of tourist. But this website is a really incredible resource. Like a lot of other organizations and businesses in the area, our farmers market has experienced a lot of challenges and changes that we've had to do because of COVID. We've had to like change our setup. We've had strains on our staffing. We've had fewer farmers that want to come, and that's been challenging to find ways to support local farmers and artisans, as you can imagine. And so something like this website, which offers a hub, a social media presence, is truly incredible, and offers us like a lot of ways to dialogue, I think. I especially love the itineraries part of it. I think that's something I kind of mentioned, like I would probably personally use too. But I think it's a really sweet way to tie in all of our businesses all together, because we're not just one operating independently. Like we all work together, we're all neighbors, we all go to each other's businesses. And so I think it's just like a really, it's just a really nice kind of like marriage of us being able to work all together. And I think especially for our farmers market, you know, safety and health are of pivotal importance to us. And we've made huge efforts to make our market really safe and communicate with other markets, farmers markets, about what they're doing so that we can stay open and stay, you know, as safe and healthful as possible. And so I think that, you know, having like working, you know, being a part of the website will be, and the community, more importantly, is really important for us to kind of emphasize how Carrboro is taking its safety seriously, and we do want to take care of each other. And something I tell, like when people come to visit me and I'm showing them around town, is like, you know, I just kind of tell them that like you're kind of like one of us, right? Like even visitors to Carrboro can feel like they're sort of part of the town in that way. So you all did a great job. It's really beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Maggie. And it's so great to have you at the farmers market. Very, very special. Great job during COVID too. Chris Baldwin, 401 Main is such a cool new space. The community bar that's dog friendly. What's your take?
Hey guys, so thank you, Katie, for inviting me to be on this platform. I think the website is awesome. Had a quick chance to look at it and sort of running around trying to keep 401 sort of COVID friendly for our community. That means the new pergola, which is ever evolving, sort of to keep people socially distanced and still hang out and have some sort of normalcy in Carrboro. And so what we're doing is we try to sort of showcase local artists, we showcase local bands, we sort of play off of anything that's Carrboro or Chapel Hill that we can sort of, you know, combine ourselves with to make us more of a community presence. 401's only been open for, I'd say our year anniversary was September 11th. So we've been fortunate to be able to keep the doors open. Thankfully, we've got food, we've got outdoor setup, and we just, like I said, keep evolving. I've sort of limited my staff, as I'm sure everyone else has, just to sort of have a core group and make sure that core group is really on it to make people feel safe and, you know, inviting, and like this is a place just to come and hang out. We've been fortunate in that we have become a community bar. We don't really get a lot of the UNC students, which is really not what I wanted, but I more so wanted it to be just a home and venue for everybody to feel comfortable and safe and have diversity, for everybody to just hang out and say, hey, this is my place to go to. And we've been able to sort of do that and maintain a presence. And hopefully with this website, we can actually continue to do that. And I look forward to, you know, joining all of you and making this a process and a growth for all of us in the community to have a good standing. So that's kind of where we are.
Thanks, Chris. I love the fried pickles too, by the way.
We are also evolving the menu too, so.
Yeah. Well, don't lose the pickles.
We won't. We won't.
Well, we're glad to have you, Chris, and feature you on this site. So thank you. Scott Connery over at Open Eye Cafe and Carrboro Coffee Roasters. Curious to hear your take on Visit Carrboro and what you're seeing with tourism.
Well, thanks for having me on here. I'm probably going to be echoing a lot of the great thoughts that have already come before me. You guys are hitting on some of the really important parts of this. I think Don said it earlier, the idea that this was going to be a great resource was something we knew even before the current situation we find ourselves in now. And I think with that in consideration, the idea that more people are online and sort of living their world through the online experience, this is a nice predecessor to maybe experiencing Carrboro, sort of a virtual experience. They're seeing the sites through the site itself, and then maybe, you know, developing an itinerary for when they want to actually visit, and knowing, as people have said, just the lengths that we're going to, certainly local businesses and the community itself, and the efforts that are being put into being safe, being somewhere where you can feel confident going to and partaking is such a big deal, that it will attract people. I think, you know, we've had that hashtag Safer in Carrboro, and I think that's really helped a lot to get people's confidence to coming. And so now they have a resource that really compiles all those experiences, and they don't have to work as hard to go to everybody's websites individually or find them accidentally. And so that really is a wonderful thing. Having an increased online thing really helps us as a business too, because any exposure online is going to help us. I don't know, our business specifically has shifted a lot to online sales. So, you know, any kind of added exposure we can get is fantastic, and we expect to see that from this as well. Again, having all of the resources and facilities and all the things you can do and see in one place is such a plus. When the suggested itineraries are amazing. I mean, the idea that you don't have to work as hard, you know, and I know when I'm hosting, there are so many things that I want my friends and people that are coming to town to do that I start drawing a blank. There's just too many. I don't know where to start. So the suggested itineraries are fantastic, and lets people figure out, you know, a 1 day, 2 day, 3 day kind of experience and try to hit the highlights and come back for more. The idea that everyone can come when they feel safe and have a really just a great compilation of resources to get to is probably the best part of this.
Thanks, Scott. That's wonderful. It's really helpful to hear this perspective from business owners and managers, because we really want to see this resource, Visit Carrboro, help your businesses. So hopefully the stars are coming together. So Visit Carrboro and all the assets were built by a team of talented local people. We have a few with us today, including Katie Kelly of Carrboro Creative, who built the website, Chris Hickson of I-40 Films, who produced the 2 videos, David Jessee of David Jessee Photography, who captured incredible images throughout town. And we might even have Chip Hoppin of the merch, who coordinated all the branded promotional materials. I'm not sure if he was able to make it, but Katie, Chris, David, and possibly Chip, we would love to hear your professional creative opinions and insights on Visit Carrboro. I'm curious, of all the creative projects you've worked on over the years, what's special about this one? What do you like the most about the parts of Visit Carrboro that you helped create? Katie, let's start with you for the website. And we can't hear you yet, Katie.
All right, can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. I'm Katie. I own Carrboro Creative in downtown Carrboro. We are a creative agency that does web design, branding, graphic design for small, medium-sized businesses, government agencies, nonprofits, and a lot of local businesses especially. I personally have been in the area for around 10 years. A lot of that time has been living in Carrboro and now owning a business on Main Street. So what I really loved about this project was getting to dive back into the feelings of what it felt like to be in Carrboro for the first time. So I remember taking the bus from Chapel Hill into Carrboro 10 years ago and thinking like, what is this? Like, this is really weird and I love it. And I want to be here more. There's such a distinction in what Carrboro versus Chapel Hill feels like. And one of the things that I love so much about Carrboro is the flow of it. You know, whether that's flowing through a yoga class at Carrboro Yoga, or running down Greensboro Street, or sitting on the Weaver Street lawn, things felt easier in Carrboro, and they felt like they flowed. So it was really important for us on the design side of things to try to capture those feelings with the design. One of the approaches that we took was, you know, of course we want this to look great and we want to focus on what this looks like, but we also really want to focus on what this felt like. So what does it feel like to be in Carrboro, and how can we emulate that on the website? I mean, one of the things that we did throughout the site, you'll notice, is kind of like that wave design element. And when I see that, I just think of like you said, like, Carrboro's cool. Carrboro's a cool place to be. And I think it's really important to show that. So, you know, compared to other projects that we've worked on in the past, I think we had a lot more creative flexibility, and being something that's so close to, you know, us personally, it was really, really, really fun to be able to take all of that and then make it what it is now. So it's been such a blast to work on this project, and I'm very excited to see, you know, how this grows and how it works with tourism, and, you know, how it evolves over the years.
Thank you, Katie. Well, you nailed it. Carrboro Creative really delivered on this, and you captured that feeling. So thank you. Well done. Chris Hickson, I-40 Films, you put together 2 fabulous videos. What's your take on the project?
Hey everyone, thank you for having me. It's been so fun. It's been a fun project to work and be a part of. I think when you already believe and love the content that you're working with, it doesn't feel like work, you know? I mean, as cliche as that sounds, it really was fun. And when you have tremendous talent around you, it also is like, I guess, being in a great band where you're just excited to be on stage going, wow, I can't believe I'm on stage with these talented people. The photographers, Tom Simon, David Jessee, did just a fantastic job capturing the images. I mean, really, we should just be talking about them as well as Katie, your creative direction in the project. Really all came together to make, I think, some really amazing, colorful, visually exciting pieces of media that I think will get people's attention and then focus them into the content and into the depth of going to the itineraries. And, you know, thinking about making Carrboro a destination for a weekend is exciting. And you know, when I was at Carolina, I remember thinking, the first time I went to Carrboro, thinking the same thing earlier that was said, that I mean, I just couldn't believe that these 2 amazing towns were right next to each other. You know, it's like, it's really phenomenal that we have these places and to really to celebrate them. And so I just wanted I'm just glad to have been a part of the collaboration and feel like I did a very small part of it, but just happy to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. And you did such a great job on those videos. We love them. David Jessee, you're pretty much a self-taught photographer, and you have just been following your heart through town, capturing images, and have graciously contributed those pictures to this project. What's your take? What did you enjoy the most?
Well, I've just been so excited to be involved in this, and it's been a real honor. And it was just such a seamless transition, moving from capturing images for the new Carrboro bus wrap that came out, I guess 6 or 8 months ago, and some of those images are actually part of this website. And there's a picture of Jason taking up half the bus, and he's riding his mountain bike in the woods. And for people to say, well, wow, where could that possibly be? Well, that's in Carolina North. And well, where's that? Well, you can go to this website and figure out where it is. You can figure out where a lot of these things are. And it's just so wonderful to have such a great resource right there at your fingertips with these drop-down menus, and it's all just put together so well. You know, honestly, at times it was a little intimidating to go out and shoot around town because I wanted to honor how special the town is. And I just wanted to get, you know, just the right image. And, you know, I feel like for me personally as an artist, there's a few missing blanks, and there's a few images that maybe I could replace that could maybe even be better. And I, you know, honestly, I look forward to continuing to help evolve this website with more images. And I was just honored to be a part of it. Thank you.
That's wonderful. I don't know if you can pick a favorite picture that you've taken, David, but it might be like choosing kids, but I'm curious, is there a favorite picture you have that we're using on the website?
Well, I really enjoy the one of Jason out in the woods. That wasn't really, that wasn't on the wish list for the bus, but I really felt like it was important to highlight what a wonderful resource Carolina North is. Juxtaposed to the urban center of downtown, you have this incredible hundreds and hundreds of acres of woods that you can disappear into and ride your bike and go for a walk. And also there's a couple of shots there from the Carrboro Music Festival, which is so much fun. And the music, right? So I don't get to pick one. I'm going to mention 3 there.
Well, thank you, David. Your work was beautiful. I want to thank all of our creative partners in this work. I also want to acknowledge several others who were a great help in taking Visit Carrboro to the next level, including Tom Simon, who's another extremely talented local photographer who gave us permission to use some of his beautiful photos. Richard Ellington, a local historian who authored 2 books about Carrboro and who shared important historical milestones with me that we were able to add to the website in the historical timeline. Richard's also the manager of the Watts collection, which is a really impressive collection of historic photographs, and he gave us permission to use them. And then lastly, Ali Mastrioni, who's an extraordinary UNC journalism student and varsity athlete. And she drafted a lot of the original copy for this website and really pulled through that Carrboro Feel Free spirit. So Tom, Richard, and Ali, we thank you. Now I want to invite John Hartman Brown to share some reactions. John's the new Town Economic Development Director, and he came on board while this project was halfway complete, but he still added a lot of value to the project. John, what's your take?
Thank you, Katie. I think it looks great. Coming in, I had the easy job of kind of sitting back and watching and participating and getting to do the fun part and getting it finished up. So I think it's been great. But you know, today I'm kind of virtually, if you will, inside the historic Carmel Mall, which is of course one of Carrboro's many tourist attractions and featured in some of our weekend itineraries. And we're really excited about what we'll be able to do with this website to promote the town and to attract visitors here. So they too can figure out and discover what makes Carrboro so special to all of us. You know, I think the big thing here is to realize that this website, with the vision that Dan and Don have had on the CTDA, is really going to be the cornerstone to the foundation of the future of tourism and the TDA's work here in Carrboro. But as we all know, you know, the foundation is just the beginning. So more importantly, now the real work begins. How do we utilize this tool and maximize opportunities for tourism development here, and to do what we're really created to do, which is to help create revenue for our local businesses and help create jobs for our community. So I'm excited about it, and excited to continue to work with Dan and Don to promote tourism here. So thank you all. Back to you, Katie.
Thanks, John. Well said. Now the real work begins of increasing travel and tourism in Carrboro and using these assets to deliver. So what's next then? We have several tactical requests of everyone on the call today. First, take about 5 minutes today, if you haven't already, and check out visitcarrboro.com, get familiar with the new resources, help us get the word out, share information on social media, use that hashtag #VisitCarrboro. Second, as you review the website, if you see any errors, will you let me know? I can make quick fixes. So, you know, you can look at something a gazillion times and just totally miss an error. So let me know. And then third, the CTDA is developing their long-term marketing plans, as John was talking about, that will bring these new resources to life to promote and increase safe travel and tourism in Carrboro. They have a lot of great ideas, and they're going to welcome your input and ideas as well. So let's keep these conversations going. That concludes our formal program. I really want to thank all of our speakers today and everyone for tuning in. If you need to sign off, you're welcome to do so now. But if you're interested and available to stick around for another 15 minutes, we're going to keep the conversation going. We're going to open the floor for a brief discussion and some feedback from everybody and some Q&A. But I'm going to pause at this point and say thank you for joining us today. Now, Vanessa